What's up, guys, and welcome back to FightCast, and I'm your host, Darian Terry. Oh my goodness, this was redonkulous. So much has occurred. I want to first start off talking about Gaethje versus Khabib, and how disappointed I was with Justin Gaethje with what happened inside of that matchup. That was crazy. Okay, that was a total abomination. That's right there. There was no brawl. There was no brawl. That should have been a brawl. I was waiting for a brawl. I was waiting for Gaethje to actually go ahead and bring the brawl out. And it looked like he was just afraid of the shot. He was just afraid of the takedown the whole time. He was gun shy. Okay, I have never seen Justin Gaethje gun shy before. And that literally happened with Khabib, with just him pressuring him. Just him pressuring him. He just looked gun shy. Like, I don't know when to go because I don't know when this guy's going to shoot. It's like that. It's like that. I did not see a great performance out of him at all. When it came down to Khabib, though, everything was on point. Everything that he wanted to do to Justin Gaethje, he did to Justin Gaethje. That was ridiculous. The triangle choke. Triangle chokes. He's over there triangle choking people. Giving up his body, basically, and going to guard, putting his back against the ground. That's ridiculous. I was like, you know what? Here we go. I'm gonna go ahead and come off the guy. Had full mount on Gaethje, and just I want to go ahead and tap him out with the triangle. He didn't beat him up like usual. He usually goes ahead and beats up his opponents. It's like he just wanted to go ahead and tap him out. Just wanted to get him out of there. Wanted to get Gaethje out of there. Usually he just mauls people. Just mauls you. Yeah. And he totally could have mauled Gaethje. I mean, it could have got really ugly. Just if you look at the maulings of him in the past with Conor and Edson Barbosa, I mean, he could have just really, really mauled him. But it's good that he didn't, because that medical suspension would have been ridiculous on Gaethje's behalf. Now Gaethje's pretty fresh. He just went out, so that's pretty much it. But he's pretty fresh. He doesn't have all this huge fibers building up on his face and everything, all these knots and stuff like that from getting beat up. So crazy thing about it, the retirement right afterwards, and so it's like, damn, he retired right after fighting Gaethje. Everybody wanted that Conor rematch right there. But then when I go ahead and look at the Conor rematch, it was like one of those ordeals where it seems so far-fetched. I mean, Conor hasn't even been active. Hasn't been active, like, since January. So it's like, why are we even looking forward to this? Like this Conor rematch. I mean, it's not like it's ever going to happen. Khabib already said he wants him to actually fight his way back to him. And, with one win at 170 pounds for Conor in the last year, that's just not going to help. So, but who knows? Who knows? Khabib said he may be coming back. Khabib's manager put 30-0 on his Twitter, his Twitter. And so, you don't know what's going to happen. I think Khabib may come back. But it's gonna be about that paper. We're gonna beat that piper. But yeah, crazy events unfolded there in October. There, I thought that was gonna be totally cray there. So breaking that fight down real quick, I was just looking at some statistics on this one, and what's crazy is that the amount of strikes that got landed by Khabib in this fight. All right, so significant strike wise, Khabib total significant strikes was what was this? Khabib total strikes, significant strikes, 26 out of 80. Okay, and then so what was this? Significant strikes. This was 26 out of 80. Total strikes was 26. Justin Gaethje's was 29. They're saying that significant strikes wise, Justin Gaethje actually had more, a better striking percentage at 64%. Justin Gaethje landed 29 out of 45 of his significant strikes. Khabib landed 26 out of 80. And so he did have a better percentage. Justin Gaethje did. But control totally went to Khabib, of course. And then amount of takedowns, Khabib got 2 out of 3 takedowns out of this one. Let me see here. Gaethje actually landed all of his kicks to the leg. It's saying Khabib took one leg kick and landed it as well. Yeah, so it's actually on paper, it doesn't look the mauling that really went down, like everything that occurred. It doesn't like look like that based on when you look at the paper. But if you're watching the fight, there was just no chance. It was so weird. So we're going forward into Paul Felder stepping in there against RDA. That's going to be a great card right there. Yeah, Paul Felder stepping up in there against RDA on that same card. Let me see who's in that co-main. That co-main is Abdul Razak Hassan versus Chaos Williams. Ooh. Okay. Versus Chaos. Chaos Williams. That's a crazy name right there, actually. My name is Chaos. Yeah. His name is really Chaos. It's really like Chaos, Chaos Williams. Now I have to look at this because this is insane right here. Like who would just name their son this? You got to think about that. Like on the birth certificate, like his name is just going to be spelled Chaos, like Khos, Chaos Williams. Damn, and he's fighting, and his name is Chaos. What are the odds? I mean, yeah, that's pretty wild statistics right there. Wild statistics right there. Pretty cracker right there. So I was trying to look up this dude's record because it just, dude, anybody named Chaos Williams, I mean, that's cray to me. No, but going forward, just looking into the future of MMA, looking at dude, Izzy and Jan Blachowicz. And this is Israel Adesanya and Jan Blachowicz. Izzy going up to 205 pounds and actually fight for this? That would be insane. And where does John Jones play into all of this? Does he have a role in all of this whatsoever? Obviously, he's going to have a role in it. That was his former weight class, and he still hasn't fought at heavyweight yet. So, I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen. 2021 is going to be interesting for middleweight and also for middleweight, for light heavy, and for heavy. It's good for everybody all around, because Israel's able to go ahead and move up to 205 pounds. I think he'll be able to. He's pretty tall. But, he's just, he's skinny, like everyone always says. But he usually mauls people that call him skinny. So he does pretty good against buff dudes. So I think he'll be okay. But he doesn't, man, dude, just watching the way that Jan Blachowicz just broke down Dominic Reyes. Broke him down. Reyes could do nothing. And, I've never seen Reyes look helpless like that. Like, Reyes looked totally helpless inside of that fight. Like, Jan looked epic. I mean, he looked dominant inside of that fight. So if that Jan comes out to play, Izzy's gonna have his hands full that night. All right, like no matter what, anybody. I think Jan's gonna be tough to figure out for anybody because he really does have good kickboxing and he has a lot of power. And the kicks that he was landing, the welts that he was leaving on Dominic Reyes, they were devastating, dude. They were absolutely devastating. Oh man, it was ridiculous. So, but yeah, we'll see. We'll see exactly what happens with that. I don't know what's going to go down. I would say Jan. I would say, but dude, Glover Teixeira just went ahead and punched his ticket inside that conversation there with a win over Thiago Santos. So that's crazy right there. So now we don't know exactly what's going to happen. So shoot, because Glover Teixeira is old. He's 41 years old. That's crazy to think about that. And then he's never looked better. He's never looked better. Mauled Anthony Smith, and now he went in there. I mean, he's looking good as of right now, dude. And so you can give him the title shot against Yan. I don't see him beating Yan though. Yeah, that's a whole new test. Yeah. So, but you can give him the title shot and go ahead and see what happens. I think that would be the best way to look forward on that. But yeah, crazy stuff to do and think about. Like just heading into that, heading inside of that picture. Conor is supposed to go ahead and come back fighting Poirier. If Conor fights Poirier, the deal hasn't been signed yet, but on both sides. But he's supposed to be giving back and creating all these things for children inside of his neighborhoods in Ireland. And so, like Boys and Girls Clubs and stuff like that, outreach programs. So that's cool. That's cool. You know, he's doing his best to go ahead and give back, and it's not like I mean, he has the opportunity to do that. You know, he can give back in like multiple ways. So cool, good for him. If he does go ahead and come back and actually does fight Dustin Poirier, you know they're going to ultimately want him to fight for the title. All right, so that's gonna be ridiculously. So that's gonna be ridiculous because he'll win one fight at lightweight, and everybody will want him to fight for the title. That's what's going to happen. And then it's going to be if he gets it or not. And then, but I think that I would like to see him against Justin Gaethje. I would like to see Conor versus Justin Gaethje as well. I think that should happen. I think Gaethje should be like the gatekeeper for Conor, even if he beats Poirier. I would still like to see that fight. That fight needs to happen. That would be happy. You know, I think that would make everybody happy. Everybody wants to see that fight anyway. Who would not want to see Gaethje versus Conor? That would be epic. That would just who knows? Who knows what could happen? And so like that's the thing, you know. Yeah, they need to do that one. Crazy stuff. Crazy stuff. Ugh. But anyways, just talking about some silly stuff right here on FightCast. Okay, getting all caught up. Let's see these fights tonight that are about to go ahead and go down. I want to see how this main event goes because Paul Felder had no time to make weight. Made weight. Don't know if he's in fight shape, fight shape, like 5 round shape. So if this fight goes all 25 minutes, that's going to be a test for Paul Felder versus RDA. RDA is looking. I mean, at 155s, man, he was a world beater. He was a world champion. So it's going to be it's a tough task for Paul Felder. So right now, not even having a fight camp. He had 4 days to train for this. He was training for a decathlon before that. So we'll see exactly what happens. Let's come back with the results here on FightCast. We'll see you guys later. Whoa. I told you, bitch, I wanted her.